Once again, we are sitting together to continue our meditation practice. Let us stay with our hearts whatever we hear, whatever we feel, and whatever we remember. All these present experiences can we feel them as our friends? Can we make friends with them? Or can we be a friend to whatever we experience? Can we make friends with the present moment? because of whatever reasons, if we are unable to make friends with whatsoever, can we say this? It's okay. It's okay. No problem. Let's see how far we can accept our abilities and disabilities, what we can and what we cannot. If we cannot make friends with whomever or whatsoever, can we accept it? Can we make friends with that difficulty? Can we ask this question from ourselves with our heart, from the bottom of our heart? Am I happy? Am I happy? Do I love myself truly? Is it true that I love myself and I am happy about myself? The answer yes or no is not so important. The importance is, can we really feel the happiness and self-love? Dear friends, who are participating to this program physically and from from your own places. It's so nice to meet again and again and meditate again and again and walk on this path again and again together. Time to time we all need friendships. We all need others' supports, even though theoretically we know everything about the practice and meditation and techniques and the path. That theoretical knowledge is useful, but not enough. Not enough. We need some practical examples, live examples. We all need. And that's why we organize this kind of workshops and meditation retreats time to time with help of Milambe organizing team. And I hope this brings some light onto your path. Dear friends, once a king asked this question from his queen, his wife. Who is most loved? Who is most loved? And of course, when we ask this kind of questions from others, we already knew the answer, or we already expect the answer. The other person should say, you are the most loved one. So the king is same, ordinary man. But because of whatever reasons, the queen said, I, myself, who is most loved, I love myself most, more than anybody else. So when a husband hears this kind of answers, or words. We can imagine what a disappointment, or even a wife, a girlfriend heard from his or her partner that I love myself more than I love you. So he was so disappointed. And he couldn't control his emotions, his pain. It hurts a lot. It makes a wound in his heart. He didn't expect such a direct and straightforward answer from his beloved wife, queen. So days and days he was suffering and suffering and suffering. And he couldn't find a way to overcome this pain. Finally, he went to see the Buddha. And then he explained the whole story with the Buddha. He asked this question from my wife, from my queen, who is most loved. And she said herself, not me. And it hurts a lot. If she asked this question from me, I definitely say or said, you, I most love you. You are the most loved one for me. But she's not same. I can't get back in return what I have given to her. I think, dear friends, this is an eternal conflict. Since the beginning of human world till now, very common and eternal conflict between two. It doesn't matter whether partners or parents and children, doesn't matter, friends. That thought is very common and ordinary. What we give others or what we give others is more than what we gain, return from them. Always we see a gap in between what we are giving and what we are receiving. And everybody feels same. So when you do counseling and when you hear some family or relationship conflicts, both parties say same. No one says that I give less than what I receive, only very few. But mostly everybody says, I give more than what I receive. The other person is giving less. So the Buddha, said, what your wife said is true. That's very true. She's very honest. She doesn't want to hurt you, but at the same time, she doesn't want to lie. So this is true. Everybody love themselves more than anybody else. So this is the very basic psychology. We like ourselves more than anybody else. We attach to ourselves more than we attach to anything else or anyone else. That's very clear, very obvious. If we do not attach to ourselves, then we do not attach to anyone else. But attachment is one thing and love is another thing. So what the Dhamma or meditation is trying to do is giving beautiful meanings into this word love. It has multiple meanings and we are using it for many different and opposite meanings and experiences. And we always concern about the quantity of love. How much you love me. This much I love you. Volume. But the meditation is interested in the qualities of love, not the quantity, the quality or qualities. When I was reflecting on this topic, self-love, a couple of aspects came to my mind, kind of criteria. At the same time, to check, do we really love ourselves? Or if we really love ourselves, then can we do these things? So I think you can discover more than what I have discovered, but a couple of, I think, 7 aspects came to my mind. And they are very simple, not very philosophical or complicated or very spiritual. No, very simple thing. The first thing, can we say good morning to ourselves whenever we get up? Whenever we wake up, soon after we wake up, whenever we realize that we are awake now after sleep, the first thing what we can do is, can we say good morning? Good morning. We say good morning to everybody. We send messages, emails, phone calls, and face-to-face, verbally we say good morning. But before that, whenever we get up, wake up, awake, the very first thing what we have to do is to say good morning. I'm happy you are awake now. Not to anyone, to our own self. I'm happy to see that you are awake. I'm happy to see myself awake. How nice. When I say this thing, I think you think it's so simple thing. It's nothing. But try to do. Because we want to sleep. Whenever we get up, we think, oh, better to sleep more, a bit more. We are not happy about to get up, to awake. We think sleeping is more peaceful than awaking. if we cannot appreciate whenever we get up, awake, that means we do not love ourselves. Something is wrong. Something is missing. If we cannot wish ourselves as a first activity in the day of the day, then something is missing. Just try this and see the difference. Oh, how nice. I awake now. Good morning, Upul. Good morning. I'm happy that I can awake. I can get up. If I am in sleep, I cannot feel myself. I cannot help myself. I cannot meditate. I cannot do anything. It's good. The second thing, it's very connected to the first thing. Can we say good night to ourselves? Good night. The last thing of the day. Good night. Can we allow ourselves to sleep? Good night means allowing ourselves to sleep, allowing ourselves to have rest, allowing ourselves to withdraw all kinds of activities. It's a meditation. Detach from all kinds of activities, physical, verbal, and mental, before the sleep. Usually we hand over this responsibility onto the sleep. Oh, you can do it. I can't do it. I can't stop my working. I can't stop to watch a movie or work with a smartphone or watch television or whatever. I can't stop my communications. Even I can't stop my thinking. I can't. Therefore, dear sleep, help me. It's your duty. It's your responsibility. So that means we are not connected. No inner connection. But we can re-establish this inner connection. Good night. Good night. It is not just the two words. Not just two words. I am allowing myself to have a rest. Have a rest, physical and mental and emotional rest. I'm stopping all kinds of my activities. Whenever I have to sleep. I'm not abusing myself. I'm not misusing myself. So when we say good night, then we are not speaking anymore. Anything else? That's the last word of the day. The third thing, in between good morning and good night, we are working. We are doing many things. Activities in the home and the job, social activities, many. And can we appreciate what we are doing? Can we really appreciate what we are doing? Even though it's a small thing, maybe sweeping, maybe cleaning, maybe doing laundry, maybe making some snack, whatever, or working in the office. Can we start a duty or job, whatever, with happiness, with the happiness? It's good to do something, good to work something. It gives a meaning to our life. If we don't work, if we don't do anything, then no meaning. It's empty. Life is empty. No value. No importance. So can we appreciate whatever we are doing for ourselves or for others? Even for the job. Doesn't matter. Yes, we work for salary, for money, but it's something else. Can we appreciate what we are doing? Can we start whatever with positive mind? If we love ourselves, then yes, we can. And if we can, that's the way to begin to love ourselves. The fourth thing, when we are alone, doing nothing, we are not always working and working and working and being together with others for most of the time. So for some times, but some other times we are alone. We are alone. And usually when we are alone and doing nothing or nothing to do, then the feeling is not so nice. Of course, when we are tired, then we want to have a rest and not being with anybody. We want to relax ourselves. But I'm not speaking about that. Because of whatever reasons, we had to be alone. Can we enjoy it? Can we enjoy it? Oh, how nice. How nice. I am with myself. I am being with myself. Usually, it's so boring experience, so boring. Even a small booklet is more interesting than being with oneself. Or even with a cat is more interesting than staying with oneself. Or smartphone is more interesting than oneself. So that means somehow we don't like ourselves. Alone means we are being with ourselves. So why we can't enjoy it? Why we cannot appreciate it? Why we are not happy about it? Something is wrong and something is missing. If we really love ourselves, then it's not a boring experience at all. It's not a negative experience at all. And on the other hand, if we start to enjoy aloneness, that's the door for self-love. So it's a mutual relationship in between self-love and what I am describing. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth one is when the mind is suffering, when we are in pain, when we are in a trouble, how do we think about it and what we are doing? Can we say, I'm suffering. I have to help myself. I need my support. I need my help more than anything else, more than any other time. I need my presence and support. If we love somebody and that person is suffering, so how we behave, what we do. Same thing we have to do for ourselves, especially when we are lost. We should not give up ourselves. We should not say nothing to do, no hope. This is my life. This is my life. I born to suffer. This is not the first time. And this is not the last time either. This is my karma. No, my dear friends. By thinking in this way, we create new karma. This is not a karma. This is something our life is deeply expecting a help from ourselves. The life needs a deep support. The life is requesting our hands. So we should not ignore. We have to be with ourselves. We like to be with ourselves or somebody else when everything is nice and pleasant and comfortable and joyful and beautiful. But if everything turns other way, then the usual reaction is escaping, ignoring. So my dear friends, if we really want to love ourselves, then we should not ignore ourselves and we should not escape ourselves, especially when we are in a trouble, when we are suffering. And the sixth one, because of whatever reasons, if we do or if we have done mistakes, physical mistakes, verbal mistakes, emotional mistakes, official mistakes, personal mistakes, whatever. Because of whatever reasons, if we have made any mistakes, and how do we look at them? So they are past now. They are part of the past. We have done it. It's already done, over. Do we hate ourselves because of our past errors? Are we disliking ourselves? because of our past mistakes. And further, do we want to punish ourselves? Because of what? Because we were wrong. We were not right. We were not good. We were bad. And if somebody is bad, somebody is wrong, somebody is not right, then the automatical, ordinary mental reaction is punishing, wants to punish in whatever way, innocent way or violent way. So same thing happens to us. We want to punish ourselves. And I have met many people who are punishing themselves. Not because of the present. In the present, they are okay. They don't do anything wrong. They don't do anything bad. But they have done something wrong in the past. Maybe only one time, for one time in their whole life. Maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 7 years ago, maybe in childhood time. But they are punishing themselves again and again and again for entire life. Only for one single mistake. And can we say that we love ourselves? Self-love is there. If we are punishing ourselves again and again and again for our past mistakes. If we really love ourselves, then we can forgive ourselves. We can forgive ourselves. And by forgiving, we can cultivate self-love. So each aspect has a strong connection with self-love. One is feeding to the other. One is supporting to the other. By forgiving, we can cultivate self-love, and by loving ourselves, we can forgive ourselves. The last one, the seventh one, is whenever we are going to do any mistake. So now it's present, not the past. Whenever we are, in whatever reasons, whenever we are trying to do any unpleasant thing for ourselves or for others, so-called mistake or mistakes, something wrong, we had to help ourselves to stop it. Immediately stop it. We had to help ourselves. It doesn't happen automatically. We need support. We need some strength because mistakes are happening again and again habitually and mechanically. Easier to repeat mistakes. Because once we did a mistake, it makes some kind of circuit inside of our somewhere in a system, a circuit, a path. And for the second time, it is a bit easier to repeat the same mistake. And third time, more easy. And if we repeat it for a couple of times, then it becomes part of our life, a characteristic quality. Then it is happening automatically. And then we say, this is my nature. This is my nature. My dear friends, please do not identify yourself with those things if you really love yourself. Please do not identify yourself with mistakes, wrong things, bad things, negative qualities, and negative behaviors. If you really love yourself, no need to fight with them, but do not identify yourself with them, especially with negative qualities, negative psychological elements. I am like this. This is my nature. No, they are not our natures. They are not our natures. We can identify ourselves with beautiful things. To identify with beautiful things, first we had to let go of our old identifications. So we had to help ourselves to let go of those unhealthy identifications. This is the seventh one. So if you meditate on this topic, you can discover more than these 7 aspects. But what I feel, what I realize is these 7 aspects are very simple and easier to apply. Easier means we have to make an effort, but not so difficult to apply. They are applications, 7 applications to plant and cultivate self-love. The last thing, dear friends, love is one of the most beautiful words in all human languages. This is an English word, but in whatever language, the meaning, whatever word, is the most beautiful and touching word. Love. Everybody likes. Everybody likes. And of course, some people said, I hate this word. They say they hate this word. They don't hate this word. They hate the pain, what they have experienced because of love. And they think they are suffering because of this word, love. No, nobody is suffering because of love. But we are suffering, of course. This is the most big suffer. That's true. Unbearable suffering. And we think we like to deposit all our suffering into this account of love. We think that's the most dangerous suffering. And poor love. Poor love. It is so innocent. It is so innocent, but then why we are suffering? Because of love. Not because of love. Because we are abusing it. And we are misusing it. And we are misunderstanding this beautiful nature of phenomena. Usually, it's a business. Love and relationship is a business. Maybe financial business, more and more it becomes a financial business now. Everything becomes a money business. Everything, even meditation, religions, everything. So then love too. It doesn't become a business, but we are using it for business. That means we invest something and we expect profit. This is the nature of business. We invest some amount and then we expect multiple, double or triple in return. That is the nature of any kind of business. And we are doing same thing with this word love. And the other person, the other party is same. They also expect more than what they are giving us. And we same, we expect more than what we are giving them. Then it doesn't make anybody satisfied. No satisfaction. No satisfaction at all. No love at all after that. Maybe in the beginning, a bit love. But when everything becomes a business, not only money business, whatever business, then the love is not there. It is not there. So we have to work with our own expectations. How much we expect from the other person. And we had to be aware at the same time on other person's expectation. Because expectations are coming from the self, from the ego, expectations. The ego is free to create expectations. There is no limit for the ego to make expectations. No one can control it. I mean, no one can say, oh, you have only 3 options, 3 possibilities. You can make maximum 3 expectations. No. There is no limit for the ego to make expectations. So one after the other, one after the other, one after the other, thousands of expectations are coming from the self. And the other person even doesn't know what we expect from him or her. Really, the other person is not aware, doesn't know what we expect from him or her. We think that the other person should know because I love him, I love her. No need to say, no need to speak. Yes, of course, everybody can feel love. No need to say that we love you or I love you. It is something we can feel. That's true. But this is not the matter of love. It's about expectations. So we have to speak honestly and directly what I expect from you. And at the same time, we had to ask this question from the other person, what do you expect from me? May I know? What do you expect from me? How many things you expect from me? And this kind of communication and conversation and dialogues are not easy. Not easy because it looks like very official. And we think no need to discuss about these things. It's common sense. No, my dear friends, it's not a common sense. We had to open ourselves. We had to come out from ourselves. We had to help to the other person to understand ourselves, what we think, what we expect, to understand ourselves. Also, we create frames, models for everybody. For everybody, we create frames. I love you, therefore you had to be like this. I love you because you are like this, therefore you had to always be like this. These frames are not physical, not materialistic, but they are more stronger than iron or metal. Like we make a cage for dog or bird, and then we put a dog and bird inside of the cage, and we feed. And every day we talk to that bird or dog. So something like that, we put everybody in different cages. We create psychological and emotional cages for everybody. Different sizes, different shapes, different frames. And then we expect the other person should be always inside of this cage, should be always live inside of this cage. And this attitude, this expectation comes from the deep place of selfishness. And still we say love. We say this for love. No love at all. This utterly selfishness. It's like a prison. And we all are inside of this prison. Not only the other one, we ourselves are also inside of this prison. Because we make rules and regulations, conditions, and then we try to manipulate others and blackmail others. And by doing all those things, dear friends, we ourselves become a prisoner of our own cage, but we make those cages for others. But finally, we are inside of them. We become prisoners, imprisoned. We. It is difficult to love others without having a model, having a frame, Because if we go with the ego, then this is the nature of ego. First, ego makes a frame, model. How should be this person? How should be that person? If somebody is fit into that frame, then the ego is happy. I find the right person, right one. Dear friends, maybe it's true. Somebody is fit into that frame. Somebody is fit into that cage to model. For how long? Maybe only for one moment. Only for short period of time. Because it's not somebody else's fault. Because humans are changing and transforming from moment to moment, more than any other being and more than anything else. Human mind is, this is the beauty of human mind. It is changing from moment to moment. Only human mind can change fully within 1 second. It can be completely upside down within one moment. It can be completely somebody else. Even he or her, she cannot believe. We cannot believe what happens to us. Now we are different. This is the nature of humans. Everybody is changing. Dogs, cats, but very slow motion and very small changes. But humans, different. So we cannot put anybody in a cage for a long period of time. For a long period of time, it is not happening. It doesn't work. The real love comes from the freedom, not from a prison. From the freedom, not from the ego, not from the selfishness. Dear friends, the true love comes from selflessness. It comes from the selflessness. And the selflessness comes from the true love. We can start from either, from the selflessness or from true love. Thank you very much.